Yellowstone National Park, despite its breathtaking beauty, has seen its share of horrifying deaths. Scalding hot springs, hidden thin crusts, unpredictable wildlife, and extreme weather have tragically claimed lives. These incidents serve as stark reminders that nature's most stunning places can also be the most unforgiving when caution slips for even a moment. The 2016 Norris Geyser Basin incident remains one of the most sobering examples of how powerful and unforgiving Yellowstone National Park can be for visitors who underestimate its geothermal landscape. On a summer afternoon in June, 23-year-old Colin Scott explored the Norris region with his sister, moving through an area known for thin crusts, unstable ground, and steaming pools that conceal boiling water beneath calm surfaces. They stepped away from the protective boardwalk while searching for a place where Scott imagined he could comfortably soak, unaware that no part of Norris is safe for any kind of bathing activity. The ground in this region is fragile, heated from deep volcanic forces, and capable of collapsing without warning. As Scott moved toward a pool that appeared peaceful, the surface beneath him suddenly gave way, and he fell directly into a hot spring filled with intensely acidic, near-boiling water. His sister witnessed the fall and could do nothing to help as the corrosive environment made any rescue attempt impossible. Rangers reached the scene quickly, yet the extreme heat prevented immediate recovery efforts, forcing them to delay until conditions were safer. When rangers returned the following morning, the pool that had violently claimed Scott showed no visible trace of him. The combination of high temperature and low pH had broken down his body overnight, leaving nothing for recovery teams to bring back to his family. The official report described the water as hot enough to destroy almost any organic material within hours, a fact that highlights the seriousness of the geothermal hazards hidden beneath Yellowstone. The tragedy quickly became an important example that park officials referenced when explaining why guests must remain on marked paths, especially in places like Norris where the crust can be as thin as paper. Visitors often see the bright pools, gentle steam, and quiet surroundings and assume the environment is safe, not realizing that each step outside the designated walkway carries a real risk of collapse. The park receives millions of visitors each year, and rangers are constantly working to balance access with safety, offering warnings that sometimes go ignored by those eager to explore forbidden areas. The Scott case demonstrated how even a momentary decision can produce irreversible consequences. It also illustrated the emotional burden faced by rangers who must respond to incidents that could have been prevented through adherence to rules designed to protect everyone. The incident has continued to influence discussions about safety, responsibility, and respect for natural environments that operate far beyond human control. Yellowstone is a place shaped by immense geologic forces, and its geothermal features exist because of heat rising from a still active volcanic system deep beneath the surface. The pools that draw visitors with striking colors and tranquil appearance are in truth unstable windows into an environment where temperatures soar and chemical reactions occur with relentless intensity. Scott's death reminds us that beauty in nature often comes paired with danger, and that protective boundaries are established not to restrict experience, but to preserve life. Park officials emphasize that every rule, sign, and warning is built on decades of research and many hours of observing how quickly accidents can unfold when curiosity overrides caution. The responsibility to stay safe ultimately rests with each visitor, and tragedies like the Norris case underscore the consequences of stepping outside the guidelines created by experts. While Yellowstone will always inspire awe, it also demands humility. By respecting the limits set by the park, visitors honor both the power of the landscape and the memory of those who have been lost within it. Yellowstone National Park is one of those magical places where nature shows off in all its glory, from geysers that spout like caffeine-hyped fountains to sprawling valleys where wildlife roams like they own the place. But in 2012, Hayden Valley reminded everyone that its beauty comes with a serious side of danger. An experienced hiker, confident in his solo trekking skills, decided to wander off the beaten path and explore the backcountry. Unfortunately, he crossed paths with a grizzly bear, and what might have started as a routine hike turned into a harrowing encounter. The bear, a powerful and unpredictable creature, attacked him with devastating force. It was a grim illustration of the delicate balance between human curiosity and the raw, untamed wilderness. Yellowstone had always had its share of bear incidents, but this one hit particularly close to home because it involved someone who knew what they were doing and still underestimated the unpredictability of wildlife. While hiking alone offers a sense of freedom, it also removes the safety net of companions who might scare off a bear or help in an emergency. In this case, that choice proved fatal, and it sent shockwaves through the hiking community and park management alike, highlighting the very real risks of backcountry exploration. The aftermath of the attack brought both sorrow and a renewed awareness of safety precautions in Yellowstone. Rangers quickly cordoned off the area, investigating the incident while reminding visitors of the rules that are often overlooked in the enthusiasm of adventure. Hiking in groups, making noise in dense forested areas, and carrying bear spray were standard advice, but it suddenly felt more urgent than ever. Experts analyzed the attack and suggested that the grizzly might have been defending its territory or reacting to surprise, emphasizing that even seasoned hikers are vulnerable when they unintentionally startle a wild animal. The incident also sparked conversations about respect for nature and understanding the fine line between exploration and intrusion. Hayden Valley, known for its breathtaking views and abundant wildlife, is a place where humans are merely visitors, and this tragedy reminded everyone that the rules of the wild are not negotiable. For those planning backcountry adventures, the story became a cautionary tale wrapped in the awe-inspiring scenery of Yellowstone, blending the thrill of discovery with the sobering reality of risk. In the years since, the 2012 Grizzly attack has become part of Yellowstone's somber lore, a story hikers recount with a mix of fascination and respect. It underscores the unpredictable power of nature and the importance of preparation, caution, and humility in the wilderness. While the park continues to draw millions of visitors eager for adventure, the memory of that fateful encounter in Hayden Valley lingers, a reminder that beauty and danger often coexist in the wild. The incident did not turn people away, but instead reinforced the need to approach backcountry exploration responsibly. It serves as both a tribute to the hiker's spirit of adventure and a stern warning that even expertise cannot eliminate every risk. Yellowstone, with its steaming pools, roaming bison, and majestic grizzlies, demands respect, patience, and awareness. Those who heed the lessons of 2012 can still enjoy the wonder of the park safely, while those who forget may face the harsh consequences that nature sometimes delivers without warning. Yellowstone National Park is one of the most breathtaking natural wonders in the world, with its steaming geysers, colorful hot springs, and bubbling mud pots that seem almost otherworldly. Beneath the surface, beauty lies a deadly reality that many visitors underestimate. In 1981, David Allen Kerwin, a 24-year-old man, tragically learned just how lethal Yellowstone's thermal features could be. What started as an ordinary visit turned into a devastating chain of events when the dog of his friend, Ronald Ratliff, a small companion named Moosey, wandered too close to the edge of Celestine Pool, one of the park's extremely hot thermal springs. The dog fell in and yelped in immediate pain, and without a moment's hesitation, David jumped in after it. The pool, deceptively calm and almost inviting from the surface, contained water so scalding that it could peel human skin almost instantly. Within less than a minute, the severity of his decision became tragically clear, and the deadly power of the pool became undeniable. Witnesses recall the scene with a mixture of horror and disbelief. David attempted to rescue the dog, his hands scalded and his body racked with burns, while bystanders shouted warnings and tried to help. Ronald Ratliff waded into the dangerously hot water, suffering painful burns on his own feet in a desperate attempt to assist his friend. The intensity of the thermal water left David with catastrophic injuries, with third-degree burns across his body, complete damage to his eyes leaving them white and unseeing, and flesh so compromised that removing his shoes caused the skin to peel away. Despite the severity of his injuries, he reportedly acknowledged the danger in a fleeting moment of clarity, expressing how foolish the situation had become. His courage and devotion to Moosey were undeniable, Yet the physical reality of the geothermal forces at Celestine Pool proved too extreme. He was ultimately taken to a hospital in Salt Lake City, where he succumbed to his injuries the following morning. Tragically, the dog he tried to save also did not survive, leaving a heartbreaking end to an act that began with love and loyalty. The Celestine Pool tragedy serves as a sobering reminder of both the power of Yellowstone's geothermal features and the risks of impulsive heroism. David's actions were clearly motivated by genuine care for his friend's pet, yet they underscore the lethal nature of the park's hot springs, which can reach temperatures near 200 degrees Fahrenheit or 93 degrees Celsius and cause fatal injuries almost instantly. These features, while mesmerizing and visually stunning, are unforgiving, and the incident illustrates how quickly admiration for natural beauty can turn into disaster when respect for nature's danger is overlooked. Over the years, David's story has been recounted in numerous articles, videos, and discussions about Yellowstone, highlighting the fine line between bravery and tragedy. It remains one of the most heart-wrenching examples of a human willing to risk everything for an animal, reminding visitors that while the park's landscapes are enchanting, they are also a powerful and untamed force of nature. His loss left a lasting impression not only on those who witnessed the tragedy firsthand, but also on the broader public, emphasizing that even in moments driven by love and selflessness, nature demands caution, respect, and humility. David Allen Kerwin's story continues to resonate as both a tragic warning and a testament to the devotion humans can feel for their pets. Yellowstone National Park is a place of breathtaking beauty, with its towering geysers, steaming hot springs, and vibrant geothermal pools that seem almost otherworldly. But beneath this serene and colorful landscape lies a hidden danger that is easy to underestimate. In August 2000, this danger became tragically real in the lower Geyser Basin, when a young woman lost her life and 2 others were severely burned after falling into a hot spring. The victims were 3 concession employees who underestimated the fragility of the terrain and attempted to cross the area at night. The park's geothermal zones are notorious for their thin crust, which can easily give way under a person's weight. In this case, the ground beneath them collapsed, plunging them into a pool of scalding water. Temperatures in these springs can reach well over 170 degrees Fahrenheit, enough to cause immediate and severe burns, and the boiling nature of the water only amplified the danger. This incident serves as a stark reminder that Yellowstone's beauty comes with inherent risks, and that the park's thermal features, while mesmerizing, demand respect and caution. The tragic events of that night unfolded quickly. The young woman, Sarah Holfers, tragically lost her life almost instantly, succumbing to the severe burns and scalding water. The 2 other employees, though fortunate to survive, sustained life-altering injuries and faced long recoveries from 2nd and 3rd degree burns. For a park that welcomes millions of visitors every year, such incidents, while rare, are serious and highlight a crucial point. Even experienced park employees can misjudge the dangers present in these geothermal areas. The fragility of the ground is not always visible, and stepping off designated trails or boardwalks can have devastating consequences. Yellowstone's hot springs and geysers are not just natural curiosities. They are extremely powerful geothermal systems capable of inflicting fatal injuries in mere moments. In the aftermath of the accident, investigations highlighted the importance of safety awareness and strict adherence to park guidelines. While the victim's decision to navigate the area at night was a contributing factor, the incident also emphasized the need for better signage, education, and understanding of the hazards present in these geothermal zones. Yellowstone's lower Geyser Basin is a stunning part of the park, full of boiling springs, steaming vents, and colorful mineral deposits, but it is not forgiving. The accident of August 2000 is a sobering reminder that the allure of adventure must always be balanced with respect for the power of nature. Each hot spring and geyser, no matter how inviting it may appear, carries hidden danger beneath its colorful surface. Visitors and staff alike must treat these areas with caution, recognizing that a single misstep can transform a moment of awe into a life-altering tragedy. While Yellowstone continues to captivate and inspire, The story of Sarah Hulfers and her colleagues remains a poignant lesson in the delicate balance between human curiosity and the raw, often unpredictable power of the natural world. This incident remains one of the most serious reminders of the risks inherent in exploring Yellowstone's geothermal features. The park continues to educate visitors about safety procedures and emphasizes the importance of staying on boardwalks and designated trails. The events of August 2000 are now part of Yellowstone's history and serve as a cautionary tale for all who visit. Understanding the dangers of these hot springs is essential, and the lessons learned from this tragedy continue to inform how both visitors and employees interact with the park's natural features. The memory of this incident underscores the necessity of respecting nature and recognizing that its beauty is intertwined with potential hazards that require vigilance, awareness, and caution at all times. Yellowstone Lake is one of those places that manages to look peaceful, even when it is anything but gentle. Stretching wide across the landscape with calm blue water and postcard-perfect views, it gives the illusion of safety and serenity. Yet beneath that quiet surface lies water so cold that it can overpower even the strongest, most experienced individuals. It was in this setting that the tragic 2013 kayaking incident unfolded, a sobering reminder that nature's beauty can sometimes overshadow its hidden dangers. On that day, a man set out to cross part of the lake in his kayak, likely expecting a challenging but manageable adventure in one of the most iconic national parks in the world. What happened next would turn into a heartbreaking cautionary tale about cold water, sudden accidents, and the unforgiving reality of wilderness environments. The lake, that looks so inviting from the shore, is actually a near-freezing trap. Even in summer, Yellowstone Lake hovers only a few degrees above freezing, cold enough to shock the body into instant panic. Most people don't realize that water this cold doesn't simply feel uncomfortable. It actively shuts the body down. Muscles stop responding. Breathing becomes uncontrollable, and even the simplest movements become almost impossible. When the man's kayak capsized, he was suddenly plunged into water that feels more like liquid ice than a lake. In those moments, the beautiful view means nothing. The stunning mountains and clear sky blur into the background as the instinct to survive takes over. But in water that cold, even instincts struggle to keep up. Cold shock happens within seconds. Hypothermia follows closely behind, and the ability to swim or climb back onto a kayak becomes nearly impossible. Accidents like this often feel unreal because they happen so quickly. One moment, someone is paddling, steady and confident, and the next, the situation has shifted into something life-threatening. In Yellowstone Lake, there is almost no buffer zone between everything is fine and everything is out of control. The cold takes over faster than people can react, and once the body begins to shut down, survival becomes extremely unlikely. The man who capsized had no chance to warm up, recover, or even properly call for help. The shock of the water alone is enough to make breathing erratic, and within a minute or two, strength fades to almost nothing. It is a terrifying reality that many visitors underestimate simply because the lake looks welcoming. Unfortunately, beauty often hides danger, and in this case, the lake's calm appearance masked a deadly threat. Rescue efforts in places like Yellowstone are always challenging. Distances are vast, weather changes rapidly, and the cold works against everyone involved. Even when help is quick, cold water incidents leave extremely small windows for survival. By the time rescuers reach the scene, the cold has usually done irreversible damage. That is what makes events like this so heartbreaking. They unfold fast, offer very little room for intervention, and leave behind a stark reminder of how powerful and unforgiving nature can be. The tragedy on Yellowstone Lake became another entry in the long list of accidents that occur when people underestimate just how quickly conditions can shift in the wild. While the incident is deeply saddening, it also emphasizes something important. Yellowstone isn't dangerous because it is wild. It is dangerous because it is real. The lake doesn't negotiate. The cold doesn't pause, and nature doesn't bend its rules for anyone. Respecting that reality is essential. The man who lost his life on Yellowstone Lake didn't make an outrageous mistake or take an absurd risk. He simply encountered the one element of nature that offers no second chances. His death stands as a reminder to visitors, adventurers, and even experienced outdoors enthusiasts that awareness, caution, and respect are not optional in places where beauty and danger exist side by side.